Right. Now this would be the solution for the question number 4. The diagram shows a solid formed by adjoining a cylinder to a hemisphere. So you have the cylinder and you have the hemisphere. The diameter of cylinder is 9 centimeter, check, and height is 16 centimeters. So we must make sure that everything is given in the question is also given in the diagram. It says here the volume of the hemisphere is equal to the volume of the cylinder. Show that the radius. So we don't worry about showing ni dulu. We just follow apa yang kena bagi sana. So volume of hemisphere is equals to volume of cylinder. Okay, hemisphere means half of sphere. Okay, and I said sphere kena bagi formulanya, and if you see di atas tu ada volumenya sama surface area, just pakai mana yang perlu. So that means half times the volume, which is 4/3 pi r cube, equals to volume of cylinder, which is the base pi r square times pi the height. Let me just use capital R there for the radius of the sphere, so not to confuse with the radius of the cylinder. So for the cylinder, radius is given, diameter is given as 9, so that means radius is 4.5 and the height is equal to 16. Okay, so we're going to substitute that one. We can simplify this to tarus. 2/3 pi r cube equals to pi times 4.5 squared times by 16. Simplify this and you get 2/3 pi r cube, and then the other side simplifies to 324 pi. Alright, I'm going to simplify. I'm going to multiply this by 3 to remove the denominator to get a nice equation. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 2 pi. That leaves me r cubed is equals to that should be times by 3. Okay, times by 3 both sides, and then that should be 972. Okay, and divided by 2 and equals to 486. We take the cube root both sides. That gives you the radius of the hemisphere, and cube root of 486, you get 786. Correct 2 decimal places, same as what's given here. So you get that 4 marks. Okay, calculate the total surface area of the solid. Okay, total surface area. Now we've got the circle pi r square, and then we've got the curved part, so that's 2 pi r h, and then we have the cylinder, hemisphere. So hemisphere is 4 pi r square is a sphere divided by 2, and then the top part there is actually one big circle minus one big circle and small circle. So that is the area of the big circle with the capital R radius minus the area of the smaller circle. Okay, so let's simplify this dulu before we put in all the numbers in. So the circle plus the curved surface plus that the hemisphere, we can simplify jadi 2 pi r square. Okay, plus, okay, pi r square minus this one. Don't worry about that one first, okay? Now, so pi r square plus 2 pi rh plus 2 pi capital R square, expand this one, pi r square minus pi r square. Okay, and then you can see that this one are like terms, pi r square minus pi r square, so that cancels out, equals to 0. And this one are like terms as well, that is simplified into 3 pi r. So I got my final one would be 2 pi r h plus 3 pi r square. Okay, now we know that r is 4.5 because diameter is given as 9, and capital R is the one we just found, part 1, which is 7.86. So substitute 2 pi, and h would be, let's double check, h is equal to 16. 2 pi times 4.5 times 16 plus 3 times pi times capital R is 7.86 square. Use your calculator, evaluate terus with pi, and you should get your answer 1030. Round off to 3 significant figures because the answer is not exact. Okay, so your answer should be 1. Right. Last one. A different solid is in the shape of a cuboid. Measurements, okay, 3 different measurements, that's a cuboid, and these measurements are given correct to the nearest centimeter. That gives us a clue what type of question this is. And there is the word lower bound of the volume. So lower bound sama macam minimum, so that means all these values here, in order for you to get the minimum value of the volume, so each measurement you need to find the lower limits, okay, lower limit for each measurement. So okay, 8 centimeter, so nearest centimeter, which means 7 and 9, that means that is your lower limit. So same thing with 4, lower limit would be 3.5, and so for 6, lower limit would be 5.5. You can use the number line to help you. So for volume, 3 different measurements, you multiply. So 7.8, supposed to be 7.5. 7.5 times 3.5 times 5.5, and you should get an exact answer, 144.375, and that's in cubic centimeter, and that's your answer. Okay, make sure you do corrections if you got wrong.